Hi Lucy, Phil Beever here from the Wilderness Club. Quick recap on our lesson this afternoon. And just where I haven't seen you, things have got a little bit rusty. If we run through your backswing, we can see here as the club's going back up to the top. For me, that right elbow of yours is too angled. We can see now if we draw a line right the way through that elbow, it's not matching your spine and it's definitely not pointing to the floor. If we look at Molinari here, who's swinging it really well at the moment, we can see his elbow is much more pointing to the floor, and you can see the gap between his elbows is much tighter. And what that does is it gets that left arm and club almost in a straight line, where with your right elbow spraying, that's getting the club what we call slightly across the line. So that was the first thing I wanted you to fix, which is to squeeze the elbows together and I get the club and left arm in a nice straight line. From there, Lucy, we can see now, look how static your lower half has started to become, probably because of your back. But if you don't start the downswing with your left hip rotating, the first thing that's going to happen, unfortunately, will be your arms moving out and in front of you, so slightly over the top. And we can see that as we start down now, we're going to watch them arms start to move out and in front, and then we can see now the shaft is coming down a little bit too steep, and from here slightly onto the ball, which was actually okay, but look how static them legs are. There's no clearance at all. Where if you look at Molinari's lower half from here now, you'll see as he starts down, first thing that's moving is his legs. You can see they're rotating, it's open, so when he comes through to impact, look at his left leg, we can see a lot of his left leg. Yeah, we can see his chest is cleared, you know, his lower half and chest is definitely pointing slightly only just right at the target, where yours looks like it's still where you was at address. So from the top, once you get to the top here, start turning the legs, chest, really rotating as hard as you can. That'll allow the club to drop a little bit more on the inside, and again you can start to rip it again. But look, when you come through, I mean, that's your full follow through. Right foot's not cleared, hips are still pointing to the right. Where if we look at like Molinari's, we can see he moves through to a beautiful finish and everything's pointing straight down the target line. So work on them two things for me. Right elbow squeeze, turn them hips for me, and the third thing is work on just hitting the ground in front of the ball again. You've just lost that idea of contact again, so just work on little slivers past the ball, hitting the mat for me, and face on. Just remember, you need to start getting that backswing like as if you used to throw a stone. If you used to throw a stone, your top half moves to the right to load up. In your golf swing, you tend to move to the left. So work on that at home for me, Lucy, and these bits at the range, and we'll see some great results. Thank you.